And welcome to another episode of Man Reacts. Nate's not going to be with us right now. He is in the hospital getting some stuff handled, and our prayers are with him. He is good. He will be back tomorrow, and our prayers are with him on that.
Everybody.
We have Daniel here for a movie review. Daniel, I did not know that you knew what this movie was until the other day. I'd never met anybody who had saw this movie.
First one for me.
This movie is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. You've probably never heard of that. And that's okay. We're getting ready to watch a trailer, but tell me some of your favorite parts about this movie.
Just the fact that me being a huge Scream fan and the whole tongue-in-cheek thing.
The meta.
Yeah, the meta, like knowing the
it.
rules and all that. It's like this whole movie is that, but documentary style. And it's just basically teaches you how to be a serial killer. There's just so much...
We don't want to give away any twists.
Yeah. There's so much in this movie. It's like tongue-in-cheek references to classic horror franchises that you love it. That's one of my favorite things, easily.
It really does take all of the bullet points from every scary movie you've ever seen, and it puts it all together.
Literally, if you wanted to watch this movie to be the next Ghostface or Jason Voorhees, this is the movie to watch. No shit.
Let's get into a trailer. Ooh.
You could tell how shitty it was back then.
Murdered Silas, buried his body in the field, and dragged Molly from the house, hanging her in the farm's apple orchard.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot she was in this movie, but she is a B horror movie staple. She is a staple.
What's the horror movie she's famous for?
The one that oh my goodness, I looked this up earlier. Go ahead and tell me.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
She's the medium.
Yes.
Little short bitch.
Yes. She's been in so many, like...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was her biggest role.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's been in so many, like, scary B-rated movies, like...
Oh, yeah. After Poltergeist, they were throwing shit at her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was, like, not big enough to get her own blockbuster.
Yeah.
But if you had a shitty
Great side
movie,
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we need someone to die, but to have a good monologue. Get that short bitch from Poltergeist.
Best slasher since Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, but...
It's a good movie, but that's
It's a great movie. Okay, I think a lot of these, like, are being funny. Because this is a funny, scary movie.
True.
But it does say...
True. Well, borderline. Should have been. Better... If they had more money, hands down. Bullshit right there. Complete bullshit. But good.
The smarter, vastly more entertaining than Scream. I don't know if I can get behind that one. To each their own. But I again, this is a funny, scary movie, and this is don't get me wrong. There's a lot of movies that's attempted to be funny, scary. This one is gold.
Yeah.
And one of the first ones to really pull it off that good.
Definitely.
I mean, this is like 2006, so I'm talking like current era of movies.
Yeah.
Nothing before VHS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
You have no idea how much cardio I have to do. It's ridiculous. There's that whole thing of making it look like you're walking. Everybody else is running their asses off.
Everybody thinks we just wake up one morning and start obsessing about a girl and start stalking her, killing everybody that gets in the way.
That does seem to happen a lot with you guys.
That boy, he's going to be the best yet.
There are 11 exits from the first floor. Another 8 or 9 that might be manageable from the second floor. All the obvious weapons I've sabotaged.
Why are you doing this?
We're not going to have this conversation.
Why? What, you
Get in the van.
You have no dealing with.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Freddy Krueger,
Robert Englund, the man.
the man.
So how will this play out? How will this work?
You won't like what you see. I promise you that.
I'm so happy.
Make sure you're getting this.
Oh, start. What they got film in those cameras, boys?
Cannot stand here and let this happen.
Don't you get it? We're in this now. We're part of his equation.
We're right where he wants us. All of us.
You have to tell me. What happens to me?
Real quick.
I don't hate the trailer. It gives a lot away, but go ahead.
It does, but something about the trailer. Did you catch? Even the trailer was meta, tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Did you catch what the song was? The song that ding, 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 ding. That's the bass line for "Psycho Killer" by Talking Heads. By the
Oh,
Talking
no
Heads,
kidding.
a Psycho Killer.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Did not even realize that.
yeah. I love rock and roll too, and horror. I don't know why I did a gun thing. That was...
I'm looking up the IMDb cast.
Yeah, because honestly, after you watch this, tell me that dude's career shouldn't have skyrocketed. And it didn't. The dude that plays the killer?
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, Nathan Basil, fucking amazing actor.
He kills that part.
Amazing.
He kills that part.
He does.
He is honestly... If you would have gotten Ryan Reynolds at the time to play that part, he would have played it a little better.
Yeah. Swear to God.
Not even kidding you.
I was just about to say, I swear to you.
It's that
It's the
same
Ryan Reynolds
tongue-in-cheek, serious, but yet dramatic.
Like,
all of the things.
but when he turned on the fucking crazy...
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Bro, when the crazy hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very, what is that movie? M. Night Shyamalan.
There's the shitty in
Multiple
Night Shyamalan?
personality.
Oh, fuck.
How am I losing?
The newest one?
Yeah.
That had, damn it, I can't think of that.
It's losing me. Put it in the comments.
Patricia,
That
was Patricia. Split. Fucking doubt me.
It's because you guys. Thanks for watching.
I'm nervous. Usually I'm like Jeopardy with horror. Split. M. Night Shyamalan. After he did shitty
Zelda.
movies.
What is her name? Zelda.
Oh, Zelda
Rubinstein?
Rubinstein. Jewish as fuck.
Oh yeah, super Jewish.
Yeah.
What is her? Not the.
Trick or Treat. Fucking another classic.
Now here's what's funny about the character that Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, plays. He's actually playing a character very mirrored to Doc from Halloween. He's even named Doc Halloran in the movie.
Yeah.
So if it couldn't be any more obvious.
Yeah. That's like I was saying, the nods all the way through it.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're jacking anyone's plot or anything.
Oh, no.
This is 100% intentional. This movie is so solid. It does not hide the fact that it is a movie made for horror fans.
Oh, yeah.
And it
definitely.
Back to what we were saying about it hits every bullet point of every scary movie you've ever seen. It really does. There's another video that we saw that referenced how many different scary movies in there. Like complete directly. Like Pandora's Box from Hellraiser is sitting on the nightstand type deal.
Yeah, the cube.
There's a cigarette matchbox from
there's a cigarette
Halloween.
Yeah, there's a match book cover or whatever for the Red Rabbit, which is the diner from Halloween.
And that's when they first introduce Robert Englund's character. Or soon when they introduce Robert Englund's character. Which is trying to reference you back to Doc's character from Halloween.
And another funny thing is in this movie, like all the Jason, Freddy, Michael, they're real people. So it's talking about it.
Yeah, to clear that up, in this universe, all of the serial killers you've heard about, Michael Myers, Freddy, the slashers, Jason Voorhees, they're all real people.
They actually talk about it.
Yeah. And this movie is about a man who is trying to become
The next.
the next one. So he's creating this world
It's
where he's the villain. It's a beautiful movie for what it
really
is. For what it is.
hands down my favorite cameo is not even Robert Englund. It's when they're explaining the Jason, the Robert, or the Freddy, sorry, the Jason, and it's showing like Springwood, and it shows the house. And if anybody's seen Nightmare on Elm Street knows it's Nancy's house. And then the guy who's living there, Kane Hodder. Anybody who's a huge Friday fan knows that that's like regarded as the best Jason Voorhees actor that played him was Kane Hodder. And he's the guy who owns the house. That was like my aha when I seen it.
The scene he's describing is the news cameras kind of like getting local interviews, and it's showing a guy in the background walking something inside. That background house is Nancy's house. The background guy is the guy who played Jason Voorhees for like the first 3?
No, it was part 4 through Jason X.
Part 4 through Jason X?
Yeah.
So that was his last one?
Yeah, he was actually supposed to be Jason versus Jason, and they gave it to Derek Mears instead, which was really shitty.
Well, I wonder, to be honest, with the budget of this movie, I'm surprised they got so many big names. I mean,
well,
it wasn't a big budget movie.
No.
I think they made this movie with about $1 million.
Yeah, the only one...
$1 million.
Yeah, which is really low, even for an O6.
And don't get me wrong, this is very Blair Witch mockumentary, well, not Blair Witch, but mockumentary style for sure.
Blair Witch, I guess. The camera.
Yeah, that first-person perspective. You're watching most of the movie through the camera guy's eyes, Todd. So there's a character named Todd, and you're more or less watching the movie through him. Up until...
like the last...
shit changes.
The 40-minute left mark, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like 40 minutes left. Shit gets real. You have to watch it to understand. We're not trying to give it away, but the twist in this movie.
There's so many parts in this movie. You know, like when you watch a scary movie and you're like looking for the plot holes?
Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest plot holes was, and you just watched it in the trailer actually, one of the biggest plot holes is you turn around and Michael Myers is walking and somehow he catches up to you 8 miles down the road. This movie does such a funny way of like fixing all of those plot holes that you've ever tried to pick at scary movies.
It's
and
crazy.
It fixes them.
So, to touch on that, you're so fucking right. And that's one thing I love about this movie. Because being a horror nerd as a kid and watching them, I was like, the classic, don't go upstairs, run out the front
How
fucking door.
stupid is that?
Stupid is that. But you know what one I really fucking hated, and this movie fixed it, was no matter if we're in North Carolina, if y'all out there in the internet world don't know that, we got a shit ton of trees. Okay? How old does a limb, at least this size, have to be for us to break?
Yeah.
It's got to be there for a while. But in every fucking horror movie, they go out the window to get away from the killer, and sure enough, the fucking branch breaks. Like, it just completely shatters at that point. In this movie, it shows him going up and cutting the tree so it could be ready for when they step on, it's going to fucking break. And I was like, holy shit, what if? Yeah. What if? Like, we don't know that. We only seen Voorhees killing people. What if he's like at camp and just like, fucking counselors going to be coming out this window, so I'm going to make sure they fall. Like, it gives you an explanation for all the stereotypical bullshit you see in horror movies.
Yeah. And the example he's given is like, another example could be, well, they're running from the killer, they pick up a weapon and the weapon breaks.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, bullshit.
Shit.
You're watching those movies thinking, bullshit.
Shit.
Okay, so I'm not going to give any more of it away. But being the horror fan that you are, we're about 15 minutes in, so we're going to wrap it up. Being the horror fan that you are, where do you put this movie? I'll give you 2 categories.
Okay.
First, let's start on the acting. So, my acting in a scary movie, where do you put that 1 to 10?
I'm gonna say a 7. And the only reason
I'll agree with you on the 7. Now, don't get me wrong. There's not a lot of big stars in this, but the people they got were pretty big for the budget they had.
That's what I was gonna say.
So everybody else is nobodies.
Yeah, the two main, the guy playing the killer and the chick playing the reporter, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They did amazing.
Yeah.
There was some really shitty acting from the sub parts.
Yeah.
That one stoner dude, he's I think she's upstairs with that Jason dude. Like, that's exactly how it fucking sounded.
He was very...
he was horrible.
Some of the characters were a little too stereotypical, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that was what they were doing.
Yeah.
They wanted to lean into it heavily.
Yeah.
Like, this is the stoner guy, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
They were he was just a shitty actor.
Okay, so I'll agree with you on that 7.
7.
Overall scary movies are not...
Cinematic experience. How about that?
We have to put this in the scary movie category. Because that's what Leslie Vernon would want us to do.
And that dude's still out there. Not to give anything away, but he's real.
So where do you put that?
Honestly, an 8. And that's
I'll
coming
give it
from
an
a
8.
fucking horror addict.
Yeah, that's a hard scale.
It's entertaining. Not to give it away, I'm just gonna say it. The tool. The fucking posthole diggers. That kill.
Yeah.
The weapon. I've never in my life seen that in any, and I've seen some fucked up movies. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah.
And it was honestly probably the more goriest part of the movie too.
I think, that's definitely the goriest.
And it was still realistic. To me, if a horror movie can pull it off, if you can entertain me, especially if you can be funny in any horror movie, that's great.
Here's why I gave it 8. I'm going to go a little above you. I'm going to get it 8.5.
Okay.
Because it pushes an envelope that not many movies, not even scary movies, but movies period, are willing to take. They really... Scream or Scary Movie is the only kind of movie I can think that really even... And I'm talking about having like a big audience...
Yeah.
Being so closely replicative to movies, like in that category of mockumentaries, or Scream 3 was kind of a mockumentary at points, where they have the first person. So it's hard to put it in a category, really, because it's a funny movie.
It is.
But the last 45 minutes is pretty rough, too.
I feel like the best way to describe what he's trying to tell you for me is that you spend an hour and 15 laughing at this dude, and I don't give a fuck who you are. By the first hour of this movie, you like leap down, you're like, I like this guy. And then you're like, oh fuck, I forgot. He's a goddamn psychopath. Like,
he's a piece of shit. Yeah.
He's gonna murder everybody. Yeah. You're like, but he's a good guy.
You really do kind of fall in love with this character.
You do.
Again, guys, if you haven't checked this movie out, check it out. It's on Shudder right now. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Yeah. Daniel, we're going to kick off into another topic, and we'll see you guys later. Boom.
Later.